Welcome to the Car Sim and Race Driver Show, presented by Hugh Hattrick. Drive fast and try not to crash. Hello and welcome to the Car Sim and Race Driver Show with me, Hugh Hattrick, and
Andrew Dixon.
Hey, I just realised the camera's up here. How are you, Andrew? Are you well?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
Now, we had a spectacular day last week, didn't we? We had a very, very good. All thanks to you because you got us in the invites. We were at the opening of the Jim Clark Museum, the Motorsport Museum in Duns, when Jackie Stewart turned up. And we're going to have footage in and out this video. In fact, we'll probably have a little intro of it just now because we've got prime position of Jackie Stewart turning up. So we'll pause for a second and we'll let our viewers see that. And we're back. That was exciting, I bet. You know, it means it's much easier to edit. But yes, we got prime position actually. There was no security at all. In fact, we just basically
in fact, I was acting as security. I was manning
the gate guy, the mobile gate thing, yeah. That's why everyone else got in. But but no, we had a really, really good day. Did you manage to shake hands with Jackie and get
I didn't. No. I was you and Jonathan went away somewhere, and I was sat on the table next to Jackie for some reason.
Oh yes, I did actually see you, but I was trying to kind of flag you down. But you were.
I was too busy on the nice eatables.
Yes, the refreshments were rather good. In fact, it felt like a bit of a them and us because we managed to get in, of course, and the rest of Duns was watching us. From the roadside, and they were. I thought they were going to start bringing out pitchforks and the kind of fire.
I did like the smoked salmon.
Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it? Yes, I can see that's only going to last so long, But we're in the Berkshire News. We got onto page 13, which is maybe a bad omen. I don't know. But similarly, our faces are in the Berkshire News. I meant to see it, but my mum dropped it off. And of course, you told me today as well.
We're there,
so if you want to see us, famous faces, then there we are. Because we did actually get right behind Alan McNish.
Yeah, I'm kind of next to Graham Gold.
Yes, I mean, we did manage to get good positions, but of course it was to celebrate the opening of the Jim Clark Motorsport Museum, and Jackie Stewart spoke for nearly half an hour. And hopefully next week I'm going to actually speak to Stuart McFarlane and have an interview with him, which I think would be really good to.
Yeah, because we had a wee chat with Stuart beforehand. So.
Yeah. No, it's we've all been to school together, which is quite amazing that they've all had these people who are in such a place of influence today. And of course I saw Jackie Stewart, and you probably have done as well at the Belgian Grand Prix. On Sunday, because he was on the grid. Martin Brundle stopped him to have a quick chat on the Sky Sports F1 coverage. But no, it was amazing, and I have to say the museum looks really, really good. What was the thing that struck you? What was your favourite?
I liked Jackie talking to Andrew Cullen. You were near there at the time, weren't you?
Yes.
I couldn't really earwig that much. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but they must be old friends.
Yeah.
But Andrew's off his feet now, unfortunately. But we really have to do another interview with Andrew sometime. Well,
I met the people who owned the garage in Berwick, whose son is a Michael. Is the main kind of person. So for our viewers and listeners, hopefully we will get an intervieue with Andrew Cowan again.
And another cup of coffee at Tweedmouth Service Station.
Yes, that's what we need to do. We need to organise that actually. But you're getting a live show tonight. But so it's been a really, really good, really, really good week. And of course it was sadly overshadowed by the horrendous crash in Formula 2 and the death of Anton Hubert and the injury, very serious injuries of, is it Corelli? Correa, who's been moved to Britain actually to intensive care, but I think he is in a stable condition and will recover.
But it was an horrendous accident, and no one could have seen that. But as our friend Jackie said, they feel like they're bulletproof now, and they're just not.
I think it's normally a kind of freak accident nowadays, and he got hit from sideways, which is obviously from 0 to they're doing 120, 170 miles, whatever it might be, through Eau Rouge. It's not good. But so our thoughts and prayers are with the families of both drivers who have obviously suffered this terrible tragedy, and we wish Louis Carrell, Juan Manuel, a speedy recovery.
But in the paper the next day, the driver of the Grand Prix, driver of the day, went to Hubert's mum because she got the call and she drove from Paris all the way to Brussels non-stop when she'd heard about the accident.
Oh, really?
So she was given driver of the day.
Really? Yeah. I mean, I saw her on the Sunday. Oh, obviously they had the minute silence, and she was at there with, I think, the brother of Victor was there as well. But it's kind of one of these things because you think we haven't had a death in motor racing for quite some time, and it's, obviously it was Jules Bianchi, but from there it hits you, because you do think as a motor racing fan. I mean, it reminded me of what happened with that terrible tragic weekend in Imola '94 with Ratzenberger and Senna and then Barrichello, that horrendous weekend, and you just think how far they've come since those times.
But I thought the cockpits went through all these rigorous tests now, but I don't know.
Well, I suppose the thing is if it was also in bits because he's already had a shunt when he got hit. It's the second time.
There should be side impact tests as well, surely.
I think he'd had a coming together originally with Alesi, and then that left him in this shot of this other car coming in. If someone hits you at that speed, and it's a front of the car, there's really not much it's going to do to stop it. Even at that speed, But if it bounces off things, you're more likely to survive. But it's when it's a sudden 0 to huge speed impact that I think that's been the thing.
It was ominous. People were watching it live and they said the cameras just cut off.
Yeah, so they covered everything very quickly, which I think they have to really do now. But so that has been a very, in a week of highs and lows, because the Belgian Grand Prix itself was a very, very good race. I mean, one more lap and Hamilton would have had Leclerc, I think. It was that close.
Imagine what Leclerc's feeling now, because he raced against Hubert.
Yeah,
so he had the elation. The day before he had the horror of his friend dying, and then the day after winning the race, his first F1 race. So.
No, the Ferraris were very, very strong. But it must be hard because he lost his friend Bianchi.
His
godfather, wasn't it? Yeah, and then obviously his father a couple of years ago, and then now his good friend. The poor old French drivers are not having the best run of fortune. But let us know what you think and your feelings, because it is something in the motor racing community we all feel pretty low. I mean, I was going to be playing my PlayStation, Gran Turismo on Saturday night, and I know it sounds pretty lame, but I just really did not want to. Where I would normally have had quite a lot of enthusiasm to race, I have to say I didn't really have any enthusiasm. I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll do something else. I just. Because it is hard. I mean, you feel when you see, especially when you see the parents and things. I mean, it must be a horrible, horrible thing to try and to go through. And it does show that motorsport is dangerous. And as much as other sports, people can have injuries, but this is a sport that death can happen. And it is something really pretty horrible. So our prayers and thoughts are with the families of those involved, and we hope and pray for speedy recoveries for all those injured. So let's go on to a slightly more happier note. We've got the Knockhill touring cars coming up. In 2 weeks' time, a week on Sunday, Knockhill, and in Fife, and it's going to be the visit to Scotland for the touring cars, which is always a great event. I remember going there 2 years ago, and it was really, really hot in the morning.
It's the kind of end of September now.
Yeah, it used to be in August, but this year they've put it in September. Normally it's about early to middle of August. But 2 years ago it was boiling hot in the morning, and by the afternoon it was absolutely freezing.
I've still never been to Knockhill. I've been past it, but I've never been.
Oh, we'll have to. We should go. We should go. I hope to go this year, I think. But yeah, so if you're going, there's going to be GT racing.
We could have asked Gordon Shedden for tickets. His old man or his father-in-law owns the track.
Oh, that's true.
Uh-huh.
We can.
Oh,
He
another
probably would have
missed
punched us.
opportunity.
He probably would
Yeah.
have said,
Mhm.
"Enough of your freebies
Yeah.
and your freeloaders coming for expecting everything for nothing," which is exactly true. But yeah, no, it's always a really good event. And
Well, because we were feet away from Gordon Shedden and we never.
Yeah, because he's racing now in another series, isn't he? In World Touring Cars or something.
But we never got up the courage to
actually
talk to him or John Cleland too.
Yeah, well, he was. I suppose he was with other folk at the time.
Yeah.
I never know how to approach that, because sometimes you just think, "Oh, just to go if they're standing on their own." But there was always somebody there, so and you kind of thought, "Well, I don't want to really interrupt." But maybe we should have done. But yeah, no, I mean, John Cleland was there, Alan McNish, Gordon Shedden.
Andrew Cowan, Louise Aiken-Walker.
Yeah. So no, they were all the champions that were of their time have all been there, and it has been really an amazing run. So you need to come to the Jim Clark Motorsport Museum and experience it for yourself. And if you buy a ticket, it lasts for a year, so it's pretty good. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're right back. Now, Andrew had some very interesting conversations with some more famous racing people.
Yeah, at the opening of the museum last Thursday, I spoke to Ines Ireland's daughter, Christiane, and she told me she's putting together, it's not a biography of her father, it's like maybe a scrapbook type thing.
All right. Okay.
So she's wanted some of my friend Eric Bryce's photos of Ines, because Ines raced at Charter Hall as well in the late 50s. I mean, Ines has got a lot of links to the borders. I think during the start of the war, he came and stayed at a vet's in Selkirk to avoid the bombing down south.
All right.
Charter Hall, I think he might have been out to Winfield as well. But he loved the borders, and well, that day, 26 years ago, mind when Jackie reopened it in '93.
That's right. He came up.
Just before he died.
That's right. That there were really interesting people there, and I think there's going to be even more visitors coming. I think Dario Franchini is supposed to come back, and David Coulthard I think is looking to try and.
Well, we saw the attendee list, and Coulthard was a no, unfortunately.
Yeah. But I'm sure if his name is down, that means that it will be coming at some point. There's also been famous cars that have been there as well. There was a £12 million Jaguar that came to Duns that sat outside the Jim Clark Bistro. It was a kind of plain, kind of beigey white colour. I'm not sure exactly what model it was, but it's worth about £12 million, and it was one that Jim Clark drove to victory.
When was that there?
Last week.
All right.
Yeah, it went on Facebook. So there've been some amazing cars. So actually,
that might have been up when they were away up to Bo'ness last weekend.
I wonder if it was a Saturday. Yeah, I think maybe it was a Saturday or a Monday, one of the two. But so there's been some really interesting cars.
And the Jim Clark Cafe and Bistro is open now. So.
I've taken orders and that, so it should be good. And of course, going on to the rally, which is now, I think, on the 8th and the 9th of November.
They're hoping. I think they just need official word, but they are taking entries now.
£750. And your rental car from Avis.
No handbrake turns.
Yeah, just ask for a Renault Megane RS or something. You go up to the one at the airport and say, "What's the fastest thing you've got?"
But it's all going to be based around Duns. I think the starting place is going to be at the rugby club, and the pits and service is going to be at the new high school.
All right.
Well, so it's all around Duns.
Because I think they're off. That's right. They're off on the 8th and the 9th at the high school. I think maybe it's in service days.
It's a Friday, Saturday. So
is it Friday, Saturday, or one of those days? Oh well, that's quite good then. So now that will be a lot of fun. I mean, great to see it as they close the roads for the
rally. That'll be 6 years since it's last been on.
No, so that will be good, and you can come down to Duns and enjoy everything that it has to offer.
And then go to the museum and the bistro.
Yeah. No, that'd be a great day actually to have a sim rig set up. That actually would be. That would be really, really good.
We've got 2 months.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, just over 2 months. We need to see if we can crowdfund and see what we can do and raise some money.
And how's the Charter Hall fund going here?
It's about £1.50.
Right. Who put the 50p in?
You did. I copied your debit card details before. No, I'm only kidding. But it was a lot. But I'm going to make sure I get my machine that does contactless. But But yeah, no, that's well, it's what was quite interesting though. They talked an awful lot about Charter Hall and Winfield racetrack and airfield in Jackie Stewart's speech. Now that would be something that you kind of felt maybe there's a bit of interest here. You kind of felt they were digging away, saying maybe we need to do something more.
I'm already on it. I've been writing my book for years on it.
Aye. Well, no, that's good. And that. So, yeah, well, you heard it first here. Let's hope we can sell 300 million copies.
Okay.
Because, it's going to be a bestseller.
A tenner each.
Exactly. But aye. Now, let us know what you think of our podcast. And it's a very relaxed one today, as you can see. It's podcast at cardealadvisor.co.uk. And we'd love to know what you think. We've had some very good comments. And some interesting content as well, what people think we should do. And don't worry, it's not to say stop or just refrain from doing what we're doing. And we have some good comments, which is fantastic.
Oh, and I met your friend Jonathan as well for the first time last Thursday.
Yeah, I had a good laugh, didn't we? Yeah. No, we had a very good laugh. And I won't say any more about all the things that happened.
We still don't, but the photos in the Berkshire, we still don't know who that young chap is.
.co.uk, and we look forward to hearing your comments to see what you think. And if you think that Andrew should be in the seat behind me,
bearing in mind that I haven't played any games for at least 15 years.
Hey, they always say that, and then they beat you like nothing else. If you want Andrew to sit in the driver's seat and play a round of Gran Turismo in the next video, then let us know, and we'll do exactly that.
Super Mario might be better, but we'll see.
Well, you got a steering wheel and pedals. So it's not too bad at all. And then when we need a whiteboard chart to see who's doing the quick laps for all our guests who decide to take part.
Oh, I'll tell you another thing we should mention. Next Sunday, it's the last ever Selkirk Vintage Rally. They're not holding another one after next Sunday. So yeah. Hopefully the weather's going to hold.
Is that the 15th or is that the
Sunday the 15th? Yeah.
All right. Well, that would be a good one.
I'm going to try and get, because the past couple of years the weather's just been bad for them, so this because of that and because of
costing them.
This is the last ever one. So.
All right. Oh well, so no, it would be worth going to that. To see what it's like. Well, we just heard a rumour recently that Jamie Chadwick, who won the Formula W series, might be taking Robert Kubica's seat at Williams, because she is on the Williams board and on the team. I don't know if she's a reserve driver or if she's certainly one of their development drivers. So there's potential there. And you've heard it first here. It could just be rumour, or it could be true.
She does need the super licence, so she might have another year in the W Series first to get those points.
Aye, see she does.
But I think Kubica is on the way out. Anyways, he's 3 or 4 seconds slower than everyone else.
Yeah, Russell has beaten him in most part.
Great for trying. Is a shame.
But and also I don't think the car really helps them being like that. But yeah.
Oh, and I went up in flames at Belgium.
Oh, of course, major style on that one, isn't it? So no, that was the thing. But so there you have it. It's just been a quick roundup and lovely chat with my special guest, Andrew Dixon. And you may have seen our video last week, because by the time you get this, it will have been last week. Our exceptional video with Chris Hay, which was excellent to do, and was really, if you're starting out in sim racing, that's one you don't want to miss, because it shows you all about the equipment to buy, how to get started, what it's like, and how exciting it can be. So that was the interview we did with Chris Hay last week. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks' time. I'll be back with more interviews too, hoping to do David Perel, and of course Super GT has agreed to do another one, so that it's all coming up on the Car Sim and Race Driver Show. And thank you to our listeners and viewers. Drive fast and try not to crash.
Okay. Bye for now.
Speak to you later. Take care. Bye-bye. I love it.